While the rest of the world is preoccupied with barbecues and beach days, I'm quietly stocking my prepper pantry with some of the best deals of the year and even some of the best deals ever on long-term food and essential emergency supplies. As we face down everything from wildfires to torrential flooding to deadly heat waves and a very uncertain future, you can't afford to miss these stock up opportunities. Today, I'm sharing my strategic prepper pantry stock up list for July and helping you find the deals that you should grab right now before they're gone forever. Hey guys, it's Jara with Wicked Prepared. Every month, we talk about the importance of emergency preparedness, but July brings a unique urgency with unpredictable weather patterns and global uncertainties. Being ready is just a necessity to ensure your family's future security. Fortunately, this year, July is also a month full of price drops and sales and bargains on some of the most crucial prepping items. July is traditionally a month when a lot of retailers hold some really significant big savings events. And this year, we're going to see that on an even higher level because, of course, we are celebrating America's big 250th. So deals are all over the place this month. Our task is to scope out those deals that can build and strengthen our preparedness. And what better way to do that than with some long-term food storage? There's some really great deals going on right now on some freeze-dried foods and some other long-term pantry items. So July is the perfect month to bulk up your long-term pantry. Now let's talk for just a minute about why freeze-dried foods are so popular with preppers. They have the shelf life, usually 25 to 30 years for most items, so they're superior that way. They have the nutrition. The freeze drying process maintains almost all of the nutritional content of the food that's being freeze dried, which puts it head and shoulders above other common food preservation methods like canning, which actually destroys nutrients. And it has the quality factor beat as well. And this is often what brings people to discover freeze-dried foods in the first place. People are searching for closer to fresh quality, food that's like what they are used to eating. Often it's the meats. A lot of people don't really like the texture of canned meats, especially like ground meats, but even chicken. Canned chicken is always going to have that kind of tuna-like shreddy texture that's just not ideal for all meals. Freeze-dried meats are going to have the same texture as they did fresh once they're rehydrated. And you'll find with freeze-dried foods, you can get a much bigger variety of foods into your prepper pantry, things that you can't necessarily get any other way, like things like real cheese, like broccoli, lots of the most nutritious foods that are out there. So the first deal up this July is Thrivalist. They've got their America 250-year celebration sale. And I really like the way that they put this. It's 100% accurate. They're saying celebrate America's past, prepare for America's future. And this sale, it's the most exciting bunch of discounts that we've seen in this space for a while because all of the food items are on sale. Every single item is discounted to some degree. So this is one of those few times of the year that people really stock up a little bit extra, kind of really bump up their food storage. Now, you know my strategy for these sales is always to start with the most highly discounted items to get the most bang for my buck. Building your food insurance is a long-term strategy. You're not going to do it all in one shot. So by focusing on what you find on sale each month and prioritizing the biggest discounts first, you'll build variety, you'll get maximum impact for your dollars, and before you know it, over time, you will have built a well-balanced, extensive prepper pantry pretty painlessly. The best way to check out all the discounts that Thrivalist has going on right now is by clicking the link that I've put down below or by going to tryfreezedried.com/cans. But I'm going to go over the highlights and my tips for what to focus on and how to get the biggest discounts. During this big America 250 sale, the highest tier of discounts includes the freeze-dried corn and the instant milk powder. And these are both coming in number 10 cans, the gallon-sized cans. And this is really exciting to me for a couple of reasons. One, this milk is really good instant milk. It is so important to stock a milk that you like the taste of. And this one is very good. But don't take my word for it. If you buy it, open it up and try it. Mix it up, refrigerate it, taste it, use it. Make sure that your family agrees with me. You should never blindly store anything that you haven't tried, tasted, and tested. Secondly, milk is so important to have in your food storage in abundance. In fact, it's part of the two food combo that is the best option for keeping people alive on a very limited diet. Milk and one other food, and in just a minute, I'll tell you what that is. But that's why milk is such a vital item to have a good supply of. Unless, of course, everyone in your household has a milk allergy, which is possible. And of course, that is a whole different situation. But for the rest of us, for most people, it's incredibly important. And the corn. This corn is amazing. It's labeled as sweet corn, and oh my goodness, like you really have to taste it to believe it. It is so good. And corn is actually one of my most used items in my meals in a jar as well. So I'm really excited to be able to grab a few more cans of this. The next level of discounts is going to include freeze-dried green beans, freeze-dried green bell peppers, and freeze-dried sweet potatoes, quick oats, and dehydrated potato dices and potato flakes. And these are all number 10 cans as well. It's all packaged for that 30-year shelf life. And this is where it really starts to come together because this includes the second food of that two food survival combo that I mentioned earlier, which is potatoes. This one tends to surprise people. It surprised me when I learned about this. Potatoes and milk is actually the best combination of two foods that humans can survive on. It's the bare minimum that can actually do a pretty surprisingly good job at fulfilling all of our nutritional requirements. So if you're limited on space or budget, then these two are your best bet to start with. I did a whole video where I broke down the milk and potatoes survival diet, why it works so well, and how you can make it even better. And I'll link that video down below and at the end of this video for anyone who wants to learn more about that. So this sale includes discounts on both the potato dices and the flakes and the freeze-dried sweet potato as well. And all of these are great foundational prepper pantry items. And of course, a couple of green veggies as well. So you've got your orange there with the sweet potatoes, you've got your green with the green beans and the green bell peppers. So that tells you that you're covering a lot of nutrients with these foods. And one more thing in this discount tier to get excited about is the emergency water. And this is a one-of-a-kind product in the preparedness market. It's got a 20-year bacteria-free guarantee. It will not leak, it will not expire, it will not evaporate. Basically, it takes away all of those worries of rotating your water supply, which is something we usually have to do every 1 to 5 years, depending on, where the water came from, what kind of water it is, what it's stored in, how it's stored, all kinds of different factors that affect that. But it's a chore. So this takes away that, constant rotation chore, and it takes away that nagging worry that a lot of us have about if our water is going to be safe to drink when we need it, our stored water. So this water comes in cases of 1-liter bottles that are easy to store. They're also easy to grab and go if you need to. And of course, I mentioned all the food on the site is also on sale. So anything I haven't mentioned is on sale. It's just at a lesser discount. So this is a good time to take a quick look around, see what other gaps you can fill in your prepper pantry. If you see any meats in stock, grab them if you're a meat eater, because the meats are in such high demand. They tend to go out of stock really quickly and they can take a while to restock. And then we also always kind of have to worry a little bit about if the price is going to go up when they do come back in stock. We are seeing prices being raised everywhere, especially on meats. So when it comes to meats, any discount is worth grabbing. Another thing that's been a really hot seller is the pantry cans that Thrivalist has. These are smaller quart-sized cans. People absolutely love them because they cost less than the big cans. They take up less space to store. They're easy to use up once they're opened. So sometimes it's single people or smaller households that are buying these. Sometimes it's people who are just getting started with freeze-dried food and they just want to be able to try things out in a smaller can size before they commit to those larger cans. Or they just want to build up a bigger variety more quickly. There's lots of reasons why people love these cans. So check those out as well. They're all on sale as well, and people love them. They're going to go fast. One of my best tips to maximize your savings with this sale is to make sure to use the subscribe and save option so you can stack the discounts and you can get that extra 10% off of everything, even the already discounted items. And this doesn't mean that you have to order every month or get those same items or even ever order again. It's just a tool. It's a money-saving tool. You can always cancel it after your order goes through, or you can pause it until the next time that you want to order, or you can do what a lot of people do and use it as a tool to keep you on track, building your stockpile little by little without having to think about it too much. What many people do is just change the items each month based on what's on sale or what's discounted. There's a lot of people who actually keep a case or two of the water in their subscription, and then they change up the food items and the survival gear items every month. Just remember, set yourself a reminder in your phone, make a note on your calendar, wherever it is that you keep track of these things, to remember to check back and just see what you want to do. Do you want to cancel it? Do you want to change your items? Do you want to make some changes? You just don't want to forget about it. Another thing to definitely take advantage of for maximum savings is the free shipping, and that's on orders over $100. So I always use that. I mean, it's nothing to spend $100 on food, and I try to never pay for shipping anywhere, no matter where I'm shopping. This America's 250 sale at Thrivalist is only going on through the 12th of July, and the discounts are while supplies last, so don't wait on this one. Another pretty important heads up for this month: if you open a lot of number 10 cans, or any cans for that matter, you should definitely have one of these can openers with the crank handle. Oh my goodness, what a difference this makes when you're opening cans, especially the big ones. And this has been sold out for months, and it finally just came back in stock. We have had so many people waiting for this to come back. So if you're one of them, now is your moment. It's back, and I do believe it's actually marked down 20% off or so, I think, at least at the time that I'm recording this. Another really big sale for the beginning of July on freeze-dried food is going on with Wise Harvest. They're having a tropical paradise sale. So they've discounted all of their tropical items, their tropical variety packs. So that's going to include mango, pineapple, banana, coconut, dragon fruit, and all of their tropical sale bundles, variety packs, tropical island mix. Now, their offerings are a little bit different, but we have a lot of people who really like this stuff. They've got all produce items, all fruits and vegetables, and they're packaged in bags, like thick Mylar bags. They have some really large 8-ounce bags, and these are huge bags, and they often hold more than a number 10 can, actually. I know that 8 ounces may not sound like a lot if you're not very familiar with freeze drying and freeze dried foods, but you have to remember that when all that water is removed from a fruit or a vegetable, they weigh almost nothing. The only thing gone is the water, the flavor, the nutrition, the fiber. It's all still there, but that water weight is very substantial. And that's why freeze-dried food is so popular with like backpackers and hikers and RVers and things like that. It's why they take it on all the space missions into outer space, because it's all the nutrition in an ultralight form. So Wise Harvest has the 8-ounce bags, and they have smaller 1-ounce bags that are more like, they're not really a single serving, they're just a few servings. And then a few of the newer items are now offered in multi-packs of little single-serve bags. So those are super, super handy for bringing snacks along, packing snacks with people, or even just using small amounts in a recipe. You can check out the sale that's going on and get the lowest prices by heading to tryfreezedried.com/snacks. Now, because of the type of packaging, they don't have the 30-year shelf life like the cans do, but they do have about a 4-year shelf life, and that's more than enough if we are practicing eat what you store, store what you eat like we should be. These are amazingly healthy snacks that they're just pure fruit or vegetable. We snack on these all the time. Honestly, it feels so good to pack these for my kids, other than other different like shelf-stable snacks that are much less healthy. But these pack and travel infinitely better than like fresh fruits or veggies. And I also use them for meals in a bag, which are my emergency meal kits. Wise Harvest has some veggies. They've got like broccoli and cauliflower, and they make the perfect amount in those 1-ounce bags to add to a casserole or a soup, or to serve as a side dish for a single meal. The tropical fruits that are on sale right now, they're great in desserts and smoothies. They're great in drinks and snack mixes and all sorts of things, as well as just adding some flavor and some nutrition to our preps that most of us couldn't grow ourselves. And in many cases, we couldn't get them canned or any other way to have a shelf-stable form. And of course, that is so important to have access to these foods during long-term disasters. Now, this sale includes 20% off of the bundles and the 8-ounce bags when there's an 8-ounce bag available. And then it's 15% off of the 1-ounce bags of all those tropical items that I listed. Now, there's a couple of other exciting things from Wise Harvest to keep an eye on in July. They did just lower their threshold for free shipping from $100 down to $75. And they introduced an automatic buy more, save more tiered discount that kicks in when your cart reaches, I think it's $50, $85, and $140. Now, these tiered discounts are not going to stack with the tropical sale, but it can definitely help you out if you want to add other items besides those tropical items to your cart. And I also have a discount code for our viewers. And I know it doesn't stack with the tiered discounts, but it does stack with the Tropical Paradise sale. So you can save extra on those items. And it's just my name, Jara. And definitely type that in and see if it attaches to any items in your cart. But Wise Harvest has some really great quality items, and they've got some smaller sizes that are great for just tasting and trying different things. And then, of course, you can take advantage of the bulk savings that are available on a lot of the items once you know that you like them. Okay, besides shelf-stable, nutritious food, another extremely important part of any preparedness plan is the medical part of it, especially emergency antibiotics and backup prescription meds, because these are the items that can truly mean the difference between life and death. And July is bringing a huge opportunity here. You've probably heard of Jace Medical, probably heard of the Jace case. They provide emergency antibiotics, and these are not fish meds like people used to have to resort to back in the day. These are real human antibiotics. They're prescribed on an emergency use basis by real doctors. The Jace case gives you all of the most common broad spectrum antibiotics, and you also get a guide to help you know how and when to use them responsibly and effectively. You also get a few other medications also for things like vomiting, allergic reactions, pain, and fever. And they can also provide you with a 12-month emergency backup supply of your daily prescription meds if that's something that applies to you. And I cannot tell you what a sense of relief having this provides, especially to people who do worry about what would happen to them in an emergency if they couldn't get their meds. Emergency antibiotics is such an important part of preparedness. I never really felt truly covered until we had that part taken care of. There are certain instances when an antibiotic is going to mean the difference between life and death. And these situations are going to be even more common during crisis situations, but the medications themselves would be difficult or even impossible to obtain a lot of the time. That's why we have a backup supply. And right now, during the month of July, Jace is offering their Jace case at the lowest price that they've ever offered in honor of America's 250th. This is huge. So if you've been on the fence, or if it's something that you've just never really thought about until now, or if you've been wanting one, but the price was just a little bit out of your reach, now may be your time. Even if you already have a Jace case, you really should have one for every member of your family. And because it never really feels like enough, you can actually get another one for yourself or everyone who has one after it's been like 1 year since you got your last one. So I'm going to put a link down below, and I'm going to also put it here on the screen for you to go check it out. And my link is supposed to auto apply an extra $10 off, but I'm not sure if it's going to work with this discount because this is such a low price already, but it's definitely worth a try. If you want to learn a little bit more about how this all works and exactly what's in the kits, I do have a whole video that I dig in a little bit deeper into all the details. And I'm going to link that down below for anyone who's interested. With all the focus on America and patriotism this month, what better way to celebrate than to focus on buying American made? Several years ago, we switched the way that we shop for a lot of things in our home. We found a store that just does things better. They have better, safer versions of so many of the things that we use every day, from cleaning products and laundry products to health and nutrition items to personal care, wellness, cosmetics and skincare, snacks, vitamins and supplements, and weight loss tools. They even have a proprietary weight loss program that Mr. Wicked Prepared and I have been following for about the last month or so. And he's lost over 25 pounds and I've lost about 15. It's been awesome. The store has been such a godsend for us. And July is bringing a couple of really cool things. Number one, we just found out that they were named by Forbes as one of the best brands for value. In fact, they got the #2 spot right behind Costco, which is incredible, but it really just underscores what we've known all along and why we've been members shopping here for so many years. And the next significant thing is that for the first part of July, the beginning of July, they're having a $1 membership special, meaning for just $1, you can get a whole year of membership and all of the benefits that come along with that, like 30 to 50% off of their retail prices, $100 in free product over the first 5 months with their welcome program. It's pretty cool. When someone joins, they actually get to pick $20 worth of product for free each month for the first 5 months of shopping. There are member-only sales and promotions and shipping reimbursement. There's a huge discount on the most amazing organic beef subscription service that we get. The list goes on. Their whole philosophy is about making better, safer products that are also a better value for the customer. And they've clearly been successful in that. And the products that we get here, they've helped out our preparedness in so many different ways, like their concentrated cleaning products, for instance. That may be their best known line. People love their cleaning products so much, and they're concentrated. So the bottles are so much smaller for the amount of cleaner they make. You're not paying for water. You're not storing water on your shelf, which is huge for preppers. The health and wellness products as well, the vitamins and supplements and electrolytes and all of those things that we need to keep on hand for times when we can't get them elsewhere. These products have also improved our health so much. And honestly, that's one of the areas of preparedness that gets overlooked more than anything else. But it is so important. We need to keep our bodies and our immune systems as healthy as we can, as healthy as they can be. So hopefully we won't need that Jace case, right? So we're ready to sustain hard times and be able to come out the other side. And the safer products is huge for us too. If you Google like liability payouts for their competitors like Procter & Gamble and Clorox, you would be appalled. This company has never had to pay any type of liability claim over their 40-year plus history. We really just wanted our dollars to support a company that is committed to North American manufacturing, that's family owned, privately owned, never sold out, and never will, while so many of the small family businesses that we once trusted are just being gobbled up by the conglomerates. And one who cares about their product quality, their integrity, and who really truly values their customers, who aren't just out to make a buck. And they have one more big benefit also over those other companies as well, something that none of those other companies does. They have an amazing referral program that any of their members can take advantage of if they want to. That's so generous. No other companies do this. It's not even free credit. They pay in cash, and it can be enough to cover someone's monthly purchase sometimes. So they're actually getting those everyday essentials basically for free. Or it can even be enough to be extra and to actually provide an extra income stream, which is a must these days. I've had a lot of conversations about this lately. It's actually now just as important as preparing with food and supplies. And none of these other companies offers that. It's just truly incredible. I know a lot of you out there have joined us in shopping here, and a lot more have been thinking about it. So this is your sign. $1 memberships, $100 in free products over the first 5 months. And there's some other really cool promotions also going on this month as well. So reach out. My info is down below. I would love to get you some more info and some more details on how it all works. Now, besides the big July 4th, America 250 sales and promotions, another great way to save in July is on clearance deals. Now, I know July is still the height of summer, but in retail, they are always way ahead of us here in the real world. So July is when you're going to start to see your summer items go on clearance. And this is where you can stock up on some gear and supplies for emergencies, or you can just save yourself some money on basic essentials, so that you free up the money that you would have spent elsewhere to either build your financial preparedness or spend some on real physical assets like food and supplies that you'll use someday in the future. Clothing, shoes, and apparel, that is one big place to find deals. So look ahead, anticipate future need, buy ahead, and save your future self some money. Another thing I always pick up during the end of the summer clearance sales is extra bug sprays, insect bite remedies, like medications for that, sunscreen, after sun treatments. Not only are bugs an annoyance, but they also carry diseases that can make us very sick. And this would become even more impactful during an emergency situation when medical care may not be available. And hopefully you got yourself a Jace case like we talked about earlier, but prevention is always a far better option whenever we can. So I always keep a good supply of bug sprays, and I restock it at the end of every season when they go on clearance. And that way I never pay more than a few dollars. And this can go for other types of bug repellent products as well, like the kind that infect your home and destroy your food rather than just biting your skin. You may see these products go on clearance as well as the summer winds down. Look for clearance deals on grills and grilling accessories and all kinds of other outdoor cooking tools as well. These can be a godsend during an extended power outage to just help cook your food. Air conditioners might go on clearance as well. And while this may not seem like much of a prepping item, if you have a generator or a power station with enough capacity, you can sometimes use a small portable air conditioner to cool a single enclosed room, kind of the way that we, enclose one room off to heat if it's a winter power outage. Having a backup like this can give you a lot of peace of mind if you have someone in your home that's especially susceptible to heat. And also camping and other outdoor recreation gear. So many items here can do double duty in emergency preparedness as well. My best advice is take a stroll down the clearance aisle of any store that you shop in or the clearance section of any online retailer. Know how to spot clearance deals at each store, what color of tag or sticker to look for, things like that, because not every deal is going to be in the clearance section. Anticipate your future need, but at the same time, be honest with yourself and only buy things that you really need and will eventually use. And if you don't already have one, develop some sort of inventory system for your preps and really just for your whole household, because it's not just prepping where you can, save money by buying ahead. This will help so you don't lose track of the things that you buy for future use. If you know what you have and where to find it at a glance, you can better plan, you can better spot gaps that need filling and avoid waste. This July, at least during these first few days, you can also find some great deals at home improvement stores like Lowe's and Home Depot as they run their yearly 4th of July sales. I do have a video where I kind of do a deep dive on all of the different prepping related items that you can find at these kind of stores. But this month, especially, keep an eye out for deals on generators, barbecues and outdoor cooking gear, and battery-powered misting fans. These could literally be life-saving items during a heat wave power outage. I'll have a few links down below to some of the best deals that I found on prepping items in these categories. Misting fans are a great option because they harness the power of evaporative cooling. But if you can't find one of those, using a small spray bottle, wetting your clothing, or using damp washcloths can serve the same purpose. Finally, on my list today is our seasonal produce and seasonal sales. This time of year, I can't say it enough, farmers markets, farm stands, or your own backyard. Hopefully, if you can, you're growing or raising some of your own produce, meat, eggs, and dairy. If you can produce excess beyond your daily needs, I'm sure you know the beauty of preserving it to fill your pantry for the leaner months. Whether you can or freeze dry or dehydrate, filling your shelves with your own homegrown food is the best feeling. Or you can always sell it or trade or barter with it to get either money or goods to help build your preparedness that way. If you can't grow your own, check out farmers markets and farm stands, but don't always assume that that's going to be the best deal. It might be superior in quality, but small-scale farmers and growers face a lot of different kinds of constraints than mass-scale producers, so they can't always offer the lowest prices. It just depends. You just have to know your prices and look around. Also, look around in your area and see what's available for food rescue or produce rescue. They might go by different names, but these programs, they might be formal or informal. Sometimes they use an app. Sometimes they're just, known around the local area. And they aim to cut down on food waste by rescuing produce and other food items that are being discarded by stores, grocery stores, restaurants, and redistributing them to the public. This is usually for reduced cost or even for free. And then, of course, also look for gleaning opportunities at local farms. I always prefer to preserve food that I either grew myself or got for free somehow. Because if I'm purchasing the food and then I'm adding my labor, the energy cost to run my canner, my freeze dryer, or my dehydrator, the cost of packaging, and on top of that, the fact that commercially purchased food is usually going to be far less fresh to begin with, it's often not worth the effort for me. But to each his own. No matter where we're getting it or what we're doing with it, you can always find better quality, higher nutrition, and lower cost by choosing in-season produce. And July is a prime time for so many produce items. All kinds of berries, cherries, and stone fruits like peaches, plums, and nectarines, figs, grapes, all of your different melons, tomatoes, corn, peppers, summer squashes, cucumbers, green beans, and eggplants are all in season this month and should be plentiful, peak quality, and well priced. Plan your dinners and your snacks around this list to save some money that you can then use elsewhere in your budget. And when you find an extra good deal, buy enough to preserve some. And whether that's canning or freeze drying, pickling or fermenting, or making jams or jellies or relishes and other types of preserves, fill your shelves with all of these summer goodies to last the rest of the year and beyond. Beyond the produce aisle, this July, look for deals on all things related to picnics and barbecues at the grocery store. Condiments, paper goods, pastas, charcoal, canned baked beans, and other popular items like these can all be added to your prepper pantry. So if you find a good deal, buy a few more than you need right now, or even just one more. That's how we build our food security. One can, one jar, one box at a time. July is truly a powerhouse month for preppers. Between the massive America 250 celebrations, the seasonal clearance transitions, and the peak of the harvest, there has never been a better time to fortify your home. Remember, preparedness isn't about fear. It's about the peace of mind that comes from knowing that your family is secure, no matter what the weather or the world throws your way. Preparedness is not just about waiting for something bad to happen. It's about taking advantage of the good moments while we have them. Good sales, good harvests, good weather, stocked shelves, and the ability to make calm, thoughtful decisions for our families. These deals on freeze-dried staples, emergency medications, and survival gear are fleeting. If you miss this window, we may not see prices like these again for a very long time. So take that one step today. Buy that extra case of water, grab that Jace case, or stock up on that long-term food that will round out your pantry. Or maybe get it started. It's never too late. If you haven't started already, then the best time to start is today. It's not about how much money you can or can't spend. It's just about taking that one step, adding that next thing, no matter how big or how small. What fits your budget, your abilities, and your lifestyle right now? Your future self will be so glad you did. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me a corn emoji down in the comments to let me know you're ready to bulk up that pantry. And if you want to see exactly how to use those staples that we talked about today, check out this video next for the full breakdown on the milk and potato survival diet and why it's a total game changer for your food storage. I'm Jara with Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you next time.